Welcome back to Boundary County, Idaho Crime Dive. In this episode, we're going to go over how the Boundary County Commissioners and the refuse is actually lying to the public. There is actually a scrapyard on Crossport Road where you can take your metal and tin and aluminum and get paid for it. They don't take paper and plastics, but they will take any types of metal and aluminum. And in fact, the dump sells their metal to the scrapyard and gets paid for it. So they're getting paid for your metal and you're not getting paid anything to take it to the dump. In fact, you have to pay for it. So don't take it to the dump. Take it to the scrapyard. I'll share the address with you right here. Watch the video. It's coming up right now. I'm actually putting a link to this whole video from Boundary County Watchman down in the description below, so go ahead and go watch the whole thing if you'd like. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
If you have questions, so we're going to go through 4 topics. You guys saw our agenda back there. So when I'm done talking about the recycling program, we're going to leave it open for quite a bit of question and answer. If you have a question, please come up here to the front and we'll do questions from the podium. And let's try not to interrupt each other, keep it a civil discussion. If somebody has a comment or a question, let's let them finish and we'll answer the best we can. If you have a question for other electeds other than the commissioners, there's a few of them in the room. We have the assessor, the clerk, and the sheriff here. They seem willing to talk to you after the meeting. So try to keep your questions focused on commissioner questions. I think I covered all the ground bases here. So we'll get started with the recycling program. Many of you probably already know or seen our press release that came out in the Herald that we are ending our recycling or modifying our recycling program in Boundary County. The reason for that is mostly the cost. This last year it cost $125,000 to recycle the cardboard, plastic, and to me that's just unreasonable cost. It used to be you could generate money with recycling products and you simply can't anymore. So we'll continue recycling metal products. So if you want to bring your metal products to our main landfill site or our outlying sites, we'll be pleased to pick that up. I think the city is going to send out to all the city residents a letter in our next billing cycle, letting everybody know within city limits that they'll stop picking up recycled products inside city limits. You guys have any questions on recycling?
Yes, one more. Yeah. There's been questions about recycling that we're going to continue to maintain. A little bit. We're going to have at least the tin cans and aluminum, and we got metals. Yeah. That's what we've decided on too with that. We still have a little bit of a market for that. So I think we've settled on, the question has come up, do we still separate the tin and aluminum and bring that in? But I think we've settled on everything goes in one bucket.
It'd actually be separated. So your tin will go in the metal. Your aluminum, I'm going to actually be setting up bins for the aluminum so that it is separated because it is done differently.
So you want the participants then, Richard, to separate aluminum and tin as best they can.
That is correct.
And then deliver them to the landfill.
Or the transfer sites also. We'll be having it at all sites.
Okay, just so you guys know, this is Richard Jenkins, our landfill superintendent. Also in the room, we have road and bridge superintendents. We might be deferring some questions. If you want to come up and ask a question, please go ahead.
Stand up. Well, I can stand up. You said it's costing us $125,000 to recycle. Apparently, we don't get much back for what we do take out. So that's probably quite a change from when we started 40-some years ago. My question is, do we know what it costs? Okay, the reason we went to recycling, and I was a commissioner back then, was that it would lengthen the life of this landfill, because at that time at least, I don't know what it is like now, but at that time, there was no alternative. You either got it certified that it was a low rainfall and you could continue using it, or you could ship it out to Eastern Washington at that time, and it was a very expensive thing to do at that time. So have you looked at the cost of those alternatives?
Yeah, so you're talking about the small community exempt landfill arrangement that we've been in for a number of years, since the beginning of the landfill. Hey, excuse me, what's your name?
Orrin Everhart?
Okay, Warren, thank you. Sorry, I didn't place it.
No problem.
So we are over that 20 ton per day limit already with when we were recycling. Matter of fact, we're about 24 ton roughly where we sit right now. So with DEQ, we had to go into a compliance agreement schedule with DEQ because we were outside the limits of the small community exempt landfill. So it doesn't matter at this point how much is going into the landfill where it did before. They would like to see us go to a transfer facility within 10 years. I don't want to. And no matter if we were the best recycling community in the country, we wouldn't be able to get under that 20 ton per day. So as it sits right now, if we can save that $125,000 a year, as you probably know, we have a landfill closure fund, and we can put more money into the landfill closure fund so we're ready for that day when it comes. Whether we're going to put that $125,000 in landfill closure fund or pay off equipment ahead of time, with less interest, that's to be seen down the road. But we can do quite a bit more with that $125,000. And likely they were going to raise the rates in Spokane to ship recycling this year as well. Please, Margaret.
I have to come up? Can I
Yes,
just
please.
speak loud?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So 2 questions. Number 1 is, I know what aluminum is, cans and stuff, but what's tin?
All your food cans,
Oh, okay.
your pork meat can.
Oh, like corn and beef. I didn't know that. Okay, thank you. And then number 2 is, when you talk about the budget of the $125,000 that you're going to be saving, and then you claim you're going to be able to use it towards the closing of the landfill in 10 years, but the landfill is not self-funded, so the funding comes out of the county's taxes, right? Or is it self-funded?
No. Well, I mean, I guess to everybody else, it appears to be a tax. It's a fee-based. Everybody based upon what you have as a residence versus commercial versus what kind of commercial you are is what the fee comes to the landfill.
Okay, so you're saying that it's completely self-funded? You're not using any of the taxing district's money?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I was gonna, because then I was gonna ask, how are you gonna maintain that 125 over the next 10 years? But thank you.
Clarice Daniel here in Bonner's Ferry. I'm a resident here. Back when we first had the description by the county commissioners that we were going to have a recycling program, I was at that meeting at the visitor center. And the main thing was that this was going to extend the life, as Orrin said. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's been faithfully through the years separating out the papers, putting them here, putting the cans here, and putting all the different plastics. And they made it clear at that time we weren't going to be separating 3s and 2s and 1s like we had to do in Portland. But then I found out that when you take it up to the landfill, it goes into that shed and it's all thrown together. So my question is there any possibility that part of the reason why the market has fallen apart is because it's just all thrown together and it has to be sorted somewhere along the line after that? I mean,